Ferrari enjoyed a very strong end to their 2024 campaign, thanks to an effective series of upgrades. However, their approach to 2025 is to continue pushing boundaries and taking risks. Team principal Fred Vasseur explains this strategy. For the last 2 seasons, Ferrari's development has been very impressive. After a slow start and shaky foundations in early 2023, the Maranello squad has managed to turn things around. They began this year with a strong package, capable of upsetting Red Bull, with Sainz taking victory in Australia and Leclerc in Monaco. Ferrari were Red Bull's closest contenders to start the year, showing better pace than either Mercedes or McLaren. However, the team's Spanish GP upgrade package derailed their progress. Thankfully for the Scuderia, they responded within a few months. Corrective updates in Monza returned the team to regular contention for victory, even challenging McLaren on pure pace. According to team principal Fred Vasseur, this comeback was a highlight of their year. A positive point of our season for me is when we struggled between the end of June and the beginning of July, and we were able to react quickly. Then, showing good pace both in the race in Budapest and Spa, Autoracer quotes him as saying, "This type of reaction will be fundamental for next year." Unlike other top teams, Ferrari's performance was consistent in the final races of the season. Even the once dominant Red Bull found themselves unable to bring more performance to the RB20. With this in mind, Ferrari are confident about finding more speed in 2025. As explained by Fred Vasseur, the team are not taking the safe approach. It is true that now, when you develop the car, sometimes you also run some risks by introducing updates. And it is something that has affected everyone. But it is the way you react in this situation that becomes fundamental, also for next year. We are in the 4th year of application of this regulation, and we know our previous projects very well. For this reason, the 2025 car will be completely new. Vasseur added that only 1% of the SF24 will carry over to Ferrari's 2025 Challenger. Considering next year is the final year of this regulatory cycle, teams are struggling to unlock more lap time. It is no coincidence that McLaren, Mercedes, and Ferrari caught up to Red Bull this season. Still, it would be premature to suggest there won't be big changes over the summer. Ferrari have a reliable platform to build upon for 2025, something that cannot necessarily be said for Red Bull or, to a lesser extent, Mercedes. The Scuderia's trajectory was strong in the final months of 2024, which is a good sign for next season. Provided there are no hiccups in the next few months, Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc should be fighting at the very front. It is a question of how the gap between Ferrari and McLaren has shifted over the winter break. As teams prepare for the new 2026 regulations, next year's cars will receive relatively few upgrades. This means the opening rounds of the season could be instrumental in establishing the pecking order. Perhaps because of this, Ferrari are willing to go bold and take risks. Ferrari's winter preparations will draw even greater attention this time around, as the side has the much-anticipated arrival of 7-time F1 champion Lewis Hamilton. Vasseur has accepted that Hamilton, who will make his maiden outing in a Ferrari next month, will have limited time to adapt to his new side before the season starts. Ferrari is ready to make a bold move with their 2025 Formula One car, promising substantial departures from the designs that worked so well this year. Team principal Fred Vasseur has already set expectations sky high already by declaring that the new car will have a maximum of 1% in common with the one that raced in 2024. This signals a dramatic departure from the SF24 model and suggests a comprehensive reimagining of their racing machinery. The overhaul involves several technical adjustments, aerodynamic improvements, and strategic changes, all aimed at advancing Ferrari's competitiveness for a fight for the 2025 championship. Ferrari's performance during the 2024 season was strewn as they secured second place in the Constructors' Championship. Their SF24 car demonstrated significant reliability and managed to clinch a win in 5 out of 24 races. This background sets the stage for the anticipated changes to the 2025 model. The new changes are not just about evolution, but rather a revolutionary approach the team is adopting for their machine. The most significant change to the 2025 Ferrari F1 car is the switch to a pull rod suspension system at the front. This change aims to improve the car's aerodynamic and dynamic performance. The existing pushrod systems did not address issues such as sufficient energy distribution on the front tires and managing overheating, which the SF24 faced. With this change, Ferrari hopes to gain an edge, riding the success of similar setups used by McLaren and Red Bull. Also, the pull rod configuration allows for more rigidity and flexibility in managing ground clearance, which should solve the porpoising problem and boost front-end precision. Adjustments to the car don't stop there. The side panels are being shifted back by about 10 centimeters to combat air turbulence caused by front wheel disturbances. This, combined with an inclined upper panel profile, aims at directing airflow downward to enhance the car's rear aerodynamics. Concurrently, the design of the floor is evolving. Inspired by experimental versions tested by Charles Leclerc in Qatar, these changes focus on optimizing the load distribution and center of pressure, opening up its operating window. The gearbox and rear suspension retain the pull rod setup, although new kinematics promise better performance. This aspect of design proves Ferrari's intention to fine-tune the balance and weight distribution of their cars further, ensuring they are competitive across diverse track conditions. Additionally, addressing the tire warm-up issues that hindered qualifying performance in the past, Ferrari is incorporating a brake system design akin to Mercedes. This system optimizes tire temperature, a crucial factor for those high-stakes qualifying laps. Integral to this transformation is the newly appointed technical director, Loic Serra. As he steps into his role, Serra's experience is expected to guide these changes effectively. Meanwhile, Lewis Hamilton's switch to Ferrari adds another layer of opportunity to the team's plans. His involvement has reportedly led to the adaptation of his preferred cockpit positioning. Charles Leclerc's role as the ongoing driver continues to be pivotal, especially with his hands-on experience with the experimental components. Internally dubbed Project 677, the 2025 Ferrari F1 car is emblematic of the team's ambitions. This project isn't just an upgrade from previous models, but a complete rethinking. What you think about Ferrari revealed 2025 car will be 99% different. Post your thoughts and comments below.